Hi everyone, and welcome to Building Skills and Understanding Careers. My name is Audrey Walls, and I am a part of the Career Services staff here at Business Career Services. And today we'll be presenting on a basic overview of what you need to know to get your career started, especially for accounting majors. We'll cover our services at BCS, which are available online this semester, how to get involved and build skills as an accounting major, the most common accounting job titles and where to find them, and lastly, how to set up an appointment with BCS if you need to. So now that we have a roadmap, let's go ahead and get started. So first up is an overview of our services here at Business Career Services. If you don't know us already, our physical location is B1102 in Sneed Hall, right around the corner from Bleecker Street Cafe. But for this semester, we're offering all of our services virtually, which means that appointments, programs, career fairs are all going to be online. Our one-on-one appointments can cover literally anything related to your career search, from reviewing resumes and cover letters to job searching and career exploration, right up to practicing interviews and accepting job offers. You can also make appointments with us about things like setting up your LinkedIn profile, using Handshake, or even going to grad school if that's something that you're thinking about pursuing. In the second column here, other programs that we run outside of one-on-one appointments are our Monday morning This Week in Sneed Hall emails, electronic resume review using our new software system, which is called VMOC, posting jobs and internships in Handshake all the time, using VCU BizConnect as a way to connect with alumni in the business community, and as well as our own fancy YouTube playlist that we've just created. And it has videos for just about every topic, and including a whole series on job searching during COVID-19. And last but definitely not least, in the orange column here, our fall career fair is coming up, and that'll be held virtually for this semester. It's on September 15th from 11 to 3, and there will be group events on Zoom as well as one-on-one time slots for you to talk with employers and recruiters, the same as you would if you were walking up to a table at a career fair. You're required to register ahead of time and choose the companies that you're interested in for the one-on-ones so that we're able to schedule a time slot for you, which is pretty cool because that means that if you're interested in a specific company, we can guarantee that you'll be able to get time to talk to them if you act soon enough. You won't have to elbow people to get you to the front of the table if you were at a traditional career fair. We can reserve that time for you, and you're guaranteed to talk to them as long as you let us know in time enough for the career fair to be held. Alright, so next up we're going to talk about some things that you can specifically do as an accounting major to really amplify your experience while you're here at school. So getting involved is key to your success. Those are the things that we're going to talk about in this slide, and there's a lot here. We've put information into 3 buckets: on campus, on your own, and through internships. So for on campus, starting with your coursework is really a big one. Taking classes that focus on budgeting and GAAP standards or generally accepted accounting principles. Getting involved with student organizations is a big one, with Beta Alpha Psi and NABA, or the National Association of Black Accountants, both having pretty active chapters here on campus. Other ways you can get involved with student orgs: think about taking a leadership role as like a treasurer or a finance chair for any other club that interests you. You can also act as a TA for a math, an accounting, or a finance class at the School of Business, or consider tutoring in those same subjects with the Campus Learning Center or the CLC. Working as an undergraduate TA usually goes unpaid, but positions at the CLC or SI, which is Supplemental Instruction Tutors, are usually paid, so bear that in mind as well as you research options if you want to get involved. Coaching with the Money Spot can be another good way to get involved here at the School of Business, as well as volunteering with VITA, which is a really cool program that offers free tax preparation services to people and businesses in need. In the second column, on your own, you can think about LinkedIn Learning for sure, with learning all the Excel skills you can and QuickBooks as well. The Vault Career Intelligence Guide, which is accessible through VCU, has guidebooks on roles in the accounting field, as well as data about what areas are trending with hiring and growth and so on. The AICPA website will also be your new best friend if you're considering taking the CPA exam, since there are requirements in order to sit for it, like 150 completed college credit hours. You should also consider meeting with your academic advisor regularly to make sure you're on track if the CPA is something you intend to pursue. And lastly, consider volunteering your accounting or bookkeeping skills to a community organization, if you have one that you're already active in, or if you want to find one that you want to be active with outside of VCU. In the last column here, that's the most orange, we have through internships. So internships are the most common and go-to ways that we think of gaining quote-unquote experience in the field. Internships can be either paid or unpaid, depending on where you look, although most paid internships start around $12 or $15 an hour. Internships usually run a semester, so fall, spring, or summer is what you're looking at. And they can average 10 to 20 hours a week during the school year, but sometimes that can be more over the summer, especially if you aren't taking classes or in a location that's other than Richmond. So if you're location flexible and you're okay with completing an internship that's somewhere outside of Richmond, you may end up working more than part-time hours there. You can also note that accounting field has a pretty standard recruiting cycle, so you should look out for announcements on that as well, both from the department and from us here at VCS. One thing that's kind of cool for accounting folks and those heading into these finance-related fields is that if you have connections to a family business or a small business, you can get a head start on asking if you could take on some of those duties or learn those skills in an introduction way. You can also highlight your skills from your past experience, even if it isn't 100% accounting related, by saying that you have familiarity with things like closing out a cash register, reconciling cash, or balancing accounts if you have like a retail job. So now that we have these under our belt, we're going to think about common accounting job titles and what those look like. So most common accounting job titles. We've broken them up into 3 separate categories or job families: public accounting, private sector, and government and nonprofit. Public accounting is what most people think of when they think of CPA track accounting students working at a big, mid-size, or regional firm. So this will be things like your big fours: Deloitte, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Ernst & Young, KPMG. Down from that, you'll have several mid-size firms like Grant Thornton, BDO, or RSM. That'll have similar job roles and tax and audit positions. And you'll want to look for tax or audit roles with titles like staff or associate as part of the job. And you'll want to read the job description carefully too, to find out whether or not they're expecting you to have your CPA already or just be on your track to get your CPA soon, or they're not looking for a CPA at all. For private sector, you're thinking of accounting departments that are within a larger organization. So Westrock, Dominion, Altria, those are some heavy hitters that are here in Richmond. Some of these positions will want CPAs and some may not. So make sure you look into that job description as well to make sure that you have what you're looking for or you're on track to get it. Lastly, in the last column here, the government and nonprofit organizations will also be hiring for accounting jobs. So a local, state, or federal agency, something like the Federal Reserve Bank, or the Office of the Chief Auditor of Virginia, or the Division of Enforcement and Investigations are places that we have in mind. They have auditing or accounting internships. Nonprofit organizations are those who focus on a specific issue or a mission, and those could be posted someplace like connectva.com, which is a job posting site for nonprofits. So you may be able to find some internships or some entry-level job roles at nonprofits through that website as well. So now that we have all these job titles, let's think about where to search for these jobs. Ta-da! Which is this. Our 3 websites are really this holy trinity. So Handshake, LinkedIn, and Indeed. You can look other places like Glassdoor, Snag a Job, Monster, or even Craigslist if you want to. But those postings tend to be less vetted and less filtered, so you may have to wade through a lot of slush before you get to something meaningful. Handshake, LinkedIn, and Indeed all have highly customizable filtering tools that allow you to laser point your job or internship search if you want to. But you can also make appointments with us at BCS to specifically go over job searching or using these platforms if you like. Which brings me to our next slide. How to make appointments. So if you log into Handshake, you'll see a toolbar at the top of your page that looks a lot like this one up here. You'll want to click Career Center, which is where this green arrow is heading. And you'll have a series of prompts that will ask you to choose your appointment type. And then you'll fill out a series of questions that ask you what day, what time you want to make the appointment, which career coach you want to meet with if you have a preference, what topics you want to cover, so on and so forth. So you'll hit submit on that, and then you'll get a confirmation email from Handshake pretty fast. So make sure you check your email for that too. And then if you're making your appointment over Zoom or phone, which is how we're doing appointments this semester, you'll get in contact with your career coach who will either send you a Zoom link or they'll make sure that they have your phone number for the phone appointment. So you'll be in contact with them ahead of the appointment as well. So, last things in terms of other contact information you should know. Like I mentioned at the beginning, our physical location is B1102 Sneed Hall, but we are taking appointments through Zoom and phone for this semester, and those can happen anytime Monday through Friday from 9 to 4:30 p.m. You can call us at 804-827-1801, or you can drop us an email at bizcareer.vcu.edu if you have any questions. Our website is easily found using this address that's on here, and also the School of Business main website has us linked on it, or you can just Google us, VCU Business Career Services, and we'll pop up. And lastly, you can follow us on social media for fun stuff and some other good information as well, because we're on Instagram at SneedLife. So that is a wrap for me and this presentation. So thank you so much for letting us be a part of your class today. And seriously, let us know if there's anything we can do to help you out career-wise. Working with students is easily all of our most favorite part of the job, except for making presentations like this, of course. So please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. We hope you have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to be excellent to each other, and we really hope we see y'all soon for an appointment. So have a good one and keep in touch.